Yeah, hi there, this is tuxocho.com again. Welcome on my video channel. Today, in addition to my last video on ON1 Photo RAW 2026, today we want to view the results of the new resize function, which is included now in the regular ON1 Photo RAW release. But that gives us the opportunity to compare the resize function of ON1 Photo RAW in 2026 to Lightroom Classic, Photoshop, and of course Luminar NEO. So just get into it. Okay, now I'm in Lightroom. Lightroom used to have the upscaling function under photo enhancement, but if you click that now, you get a notification that it's now moved to the development section of Lightroom, because Lightroom, I think since 14.2 or so, doesn't generate an extra DNG file, so it's just here within the non-destructive development, and you only see it if you export the image. Okay, we just slash here the super resolution, and that is all you have to do. And you see here the super resolution is already applied to the image, and that is all there is to it. That is pretty fast. So we go back to the library. Even here in the metadata, you don't see any change here. That's the regular resolution of the Panasonic G9 in this case. But when we open this up in Photoshop like this, now you get the right size of the image. That's almost 10,000 by 7,000 pixel. And if we go here to 100%, I think that looks pretty good. Even when we go to 200% view, that is quite good, I think. Okay, we are here in ON1 Photo RAW 2026, and let's try an image which is very detailed, like say this here. And then we go to more and to Resize AI. Okay, we check the 2x enlargement, and you could either choose standard or highest quality. We just try it out with standard quality. And of course you can do some sharpening, face recovery, and so on, and insert film grain if you like to. So you could mimic the view or from an image which is taken with a high ISO setting, or with high ISO regular film. Okay, we start that. Just hit the checkbox here, and then we have to consider where the image is saved. We just define another folder, and the magic starts. And here, of course, we will do a fast forward in the later video. Okay, I guess that was almost 3 minutes. And maybe we go to the final results here. Open that with Photoshop. Okay, the size is 10,000 by almost 8,000 pixel, because it's shot with a G9, and that is okay. And even if you go into the details, now we're at 100%. Maybe let's go to 200%. Okay, you see here that it getting a little bit unsharp, but I think for an enlargement 100% the result is okay. Okay, since we are already in Lightroom, we might take another example and use Photoshop to enlarge this one. Maybe we do that here with the mushroom, for example. That's also shot with the Lumix G9, I guess. Okay. And then we open this in Photoshop. And this one we take here under filters. Okay, we have to wait a little bit. Neural filters. And then here we got the newer super zoom. If you do that for the first time, you have to download the filter, but I already downloaded this. I did a couple of examples. And now I can do, let's say, a zoom twice as big as the original image. And you see here, it's already generating the larger image. And here I have chosen to save this in a new document, which means usually a PSD Photoshop file. Now I click OK. And here we got the new results like this. We are at 67 and now we are at 100%. And if we go to image, let's take a look on this image size. And as you can see, that is 10,000 by almost 8,000 pixel, which is okay. And even the sharpness is very good here in this example. Okay, we are now at 300%. That's a little bit too much. Okay, last but not least, we are here in Luminar NEO, which also got an upscale function, which is in the subscription model, or you have to buy the module if you have a regular license. Okay, which photo should we take here? Let's take this one here and just drag it over to the upscale function. What I'm wondering is that upscale only generates JPEGs. That's a little bit weird. Even if I choose here experimental or universal. Okay, let's do upscale. Okay, we got here the upscale around 20 seconds. And if you take a look here on the size, that's 10,000 by a little bit over 7,000 pixel here in this image, and that is pretty good. But what I don't understand still is that it's generating JPEG files instead of DNG or TIFF files. Okay, as you could see, it is pretty easy to upscale or calculate the images in a high resolution. And I did that here from starting from Lightroom and processed the images in Lightroom itself, of course, but of course also in Photoshop, Luminar NEO, and ON1 Photo RAW. But to make the comparison a little bit more equal or fair, I took a series of other pictures in a fairly cloudy day and just imported the original raw images into the different photo programs and then upscaled all the images. And here we can state in order which one is the best and so on. And the best program for this one is Lightroom, of course. And it makes a pretty good job. And since it doesn't need any more a DNG file, that's even better than before. On the second place, there is sometimes Photoshop and sometimes ON1 Photo RAW, a little bit depending on the image. And especially to ON1 Photo RAW, I must say that the images look a little bit dull, but I think you can improve the quality, overall sharpness and so on by sharpening later on before you export the final image. And sharpening is a good point because I did those first sets on Lightroom where the images are already sharpened. But if you tend to upscale the images, I would at least reset the sharpening dial. So most of these programs work with sharpening and sharpening at the edges and so on. So the result might look over sharpened. So you might as well reset the sharpening dial and do the sharpening on the final image. But for the comparison, I have to state that Luminar NEO, too bad, is one of the is on the last place, let's say it, because mainly the program results in JPEG as final images. Okay, if you just want a little bit sharpen the image and so on, that might be okay. But if you start with a raw image and want to upscale the image and then do the post-processing, you might be better off with a 16-bit TIFF file or PSD file like ON1 Photo RAW does it. ON1 Photo RAW does a pretty good job, and there's a lot of potential in the images, especially when you sharp a little bit and so on. But what makes this program lacking this feature is that it takes so long to upscale an image. If I check for the high quality upscaling, ON1 Photo RAW took almost 10 minutes to upscale one photo, and that is way too long. And even if I take the standard setting, it would take between 1.5 and 2 minutes for upscaling one photo, and that is pretty bad. That needs to be improved in future versions of ON1 Photo RAW. So we have a clear winner, and that is Lightroom. Second place is Photoshop. Third place to me is ON1 Photo RAW. And last place, sorry, is Luminar NEO. Okay, if you have any questions to this, you might as well place them in the comments to this video or in the comment sections of the corresponding blog post. And if this video was a little bit helpful to you, you might think about placing a like on the video. And for the sake of YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, but then don't forget to hit the bell so you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. Okay, that was my review on the resize function in different programs. And all I have to say is till the next time, ciao, Tuxoche.